Hello, I am Reverend Cheyenne Kramer, and this is How to Build Your Kingdom Business. We've been on a journey already together, and the next piece of this puzzle is how to deal with disappointments. Let's face it, folks, there's going to be some. There's nothing that happens in this life without ending up going through some learning lessons. So, kingdom businesses are always an opportunity for learning about ourselves, learning about others, and learning about how God would have us build the business for Him. Be prepared for disappointments. Don't be afraid of them. They're not the end of the world. It's just an opportunity to learn how to adjust your plan, which is what we were talking about in the last video. You only fail when you give up. I said that before. I'm saying it again. It's worth repeating. You only fail when you give up. Edison, Thomas Edison tried thousands of times before the light bulb came to be. He didn't give up. He kept moving. He kept trying new things. He kept experimenting. That is what building a kingdom business is all about. It's continuing to fine tune that exact recipe that God is trying so hard to give to you. You just need to keep on moving and you will get it. Sometimes disappointments happen, and I'll be the first to admit the emotional pain is real. There's something called tapping that can help. If you've not heard about that, check out an app called the Tapping Solution. It's as simple as tapping on certain places on your head and under your arm and different things that actually can help you to keep the stress moving and moving it out of your body. I know y'all know what stress feels like, man. You ever get some bad news? You ever feel like somebody just punched you in the gut? Oh my goodness, that's stress. And it's when it gets locked in your body that it's hard to deal with those disappointments. So don't be afraid to try new things. The tapping solution is one of them. Another thing that you can use to help with that emotional pain, which is far too real, is essential oils. Oh my goodness, I know that lavender is a beautiful essential oil to help reduce stress. There are many others out there as well. Look them up online. Essential oils, just by putting some in your hand and being able to breathe them in, sometimes will just help to release some of that stress and help you to think more clearly. It's an amazing thing for you to think about. Another thing in dealing with disappointments is make sure you cast your net wider. Look for new opportunities where the doors are trying to open for you. They're often there, but we often just kind of overlook them or we say no to them. Oh my gosh, I could tell you so many stories about times. In fact, I told you in a previous video, I used to be a technical recruiter. Do you know that the woman who hired me for that job had to come to me at least 5 or 6 times and tell me, "You would make such a great recruiter. Why don't you come and talk to me about this?" She owned her own staffing company. And every time she would say that to me, I'd say, "No, no, I don't want to be a recruiter. No." And it wasn't until one morning when she happened to call me and asked me to come and help her out on a temporary basis because she needed help and I needed a paycheck, that I went there and I sat in her office and started to learn the nuts and bolts of not only how to be a recruiter, but how to sell and how to market. And oh my goodness, I ended up staying with her for 5 or 6 years. I never would have believed that would happen, but I kept saying no to one of the best learning experiences, to one of the best mentors that I ever had. And trust me, she was running and building kingdom business. I didn't even know it at the time. So stop saying no when new ideas appear or things show up or people make suggestions that are not necessarily what you thought you should do, because you never know what God may be trying to present to you. It's so important. Ask God for guidance and then pay attention and stop saying no. Pay attention to your dreams. I told you about the warehouse dream I had where it was telling me, oh, I can choose the difficulty of the game I want to play. Other people can sometimes bring you new ideas. Things you might see or hear on radio or TV can bring you new ideas. You've got to just be open to trying new things. And if you will use emotional freedom technique, which is the tappingsolution.com, if you will use essential oils and if you will cast the net wider and try things that might not make a lot of sense to you right away, you will find that those disappointments will disappear. They won't be as long and as painful as they might be if you just sit and focus on the disappointments. Remember, something that you might think of as a mistake is really a mistake. It's like when they're filming a movie, right? Take one, take two, take three. Sometimes they have to refilm a section a number of times because it was a mistake. So just understand that means you're going through a learning process and you're getting an opportunity to practice, and you'll do better next time. So do look for a link in the description. I am open and always happy to help people. If you want to learn more about how to do the tapping, I'll be happy to do a free session with you on that as well, because it is important for you to learn how to deal with disappointments. Just look for my link in the description where you can actually sign up for a free consultation with me. And I will be more than happy to help you learn about how to deal with these disappointments. Hang around for the next video, because the next video, we're going to ask a really interesting question. It might be one that you never thought of before. And here it is to kind of tease your thinking just a little bit. The question is, are you a system builder? I find that people who have been called to build a kingdom business, sometimes it's not just about one happy, shiny product or service. Sometimes it's about building a new system to glorify Him. Curious to learn more? I'll see you in the next video. And until then, have a blessed day.